EPA midweek meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for December 15th, 2022. It is Thursday, and this is take two for me. I had realized that my computer did an update, and my microphone was not turned on, so I recorded an entire video without having any sound. This is take number two, so hopefully I do better than the first time I did and get those mistakes out of there. Today's video, Thursday's video, is proudly sponsored by North Penn Car Wash in Lansdale, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Keep your vehicle looking great all the time and stop wasting your money on those costly individual washes with North Penn Car Wash's Unlimited Car Wash Club. You can join at a very low price starting at just $13.95 per month. It's the only place where weather doesn't matter. And it just so happens we're headed into slop season with snow and road brine and salt. But North Penn Car Wash's Unlimited Car Wash Club, it's no worry at all. Just stop by as often as you like within the calendar month to get a fresh wash for that one low monthly rate. They are North Penn Car Wash, 986 Sumneytown Pike in Lansdale, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the Thursday video forecast. You can see we got the snow image behind me because some areas we're going to have snow today. And you might even look, if I move out of the way here, see that road that's behind me, this image I'm using? Some of you up in northeast PA, north central PA are going to look like that today. All right, a slow travel day across the region. Not as much here in the central areas where it's going to change over to other precipitation types. And I'm going to spend this video here not really going over the synoptics. We already did that here early in the week. I want to go over the timing of and changeover stuff here. So we'll get into that. I'm going to move this into a mid-Atlantic view just so you can see what we're dealing with this morning. When some of you are watching the video and it's already started, you're going to start off as sleet, freezing rain initially. And that's because the temperatures at the 850 millibar level in that area, 4,000 or 5,000 feet above the ground, nocturnal inversion left you with temperatures +2, +3 Celsius. That's about 36, 38 degrees. Well, that's not going to cut it. Even if your temperatures at the surface are 24, 25 degrees, it's going to fall as rain or sleet because if the snowflake's melting in that warm layer. As that warm layer erodes, this is just a natural evaporational cooling processes. We're going to have this change over to snow. Okay, so that's when it does that, and especially in the interior here that I'm showing, it's because all levels between where the snow was born, the dendritic growth zone, all the way down to the surface is below 32. So we'll have that changeover, we think. This is not a dynamic cooling process. This is an evaporational cooling process. Okay, a little bit different because we don't have the dynamics with a big, strong low here, and there's no deformation banding or anything, no frontogenesis. This is just a natural process, excuse me, with this evaporational cooling process that are taking place. It shows us over. We're going to have a mix in the middle here, and we're going to have rain further southeast. You might start off in places like Philadelphia and points east and southeast of Philadelphia and south, where you're going to start off as maybe just a mix of sleet and rain initially for a very brief time before it goes over to rain, especially in these fringe counties right along I-95. I think further southeast there, you're probably primarily start to finish rain. And you are along I-95 as well, too. We just might have a little sleet mixing in initially, but that's not going to be a big deal. It's areas further northwest are going to get into the snow, and at least some snow in the central portions here, just on the fringe areas, before that goes over to sleet and rain eventually, too. So let's get over the high-resolution rapid refresh. Choosing to use this again because it's been very consistent for the last several 6-hour model cycles that we use it for. The NAM has been bouncing around a little bit. It seems to be struggling with precipitation types and warm air layers and all that stuff. So we're going to continue to show this because it makes the most sense with everything else. Okay, so we're going to show you what's going to happen here. Again, sleet, freezing, rain to start initially, and then because of these evaporational cooling processes, you're going to see as those temperatures lower aloft, you're going to see that change over to sleet, as indicated by this pink or salmon color, as somebody corrected me yesterday, and then eventually it's going to go over to the blue, which is the snow, and you can see that happening over a very wide area. So this is getting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. You got snow across a very wide area from north central PA, northeast PA, even the fringe counties down here by the I-78 corridor are going to be snow. And then that's only going to be for a couple hours there, though. That's why you're not expecting too much in the way of accumulations. And then you get this sleet line creeping upward, up northward as you get to dinner time. Still snowing across northeast PA. And then this line continues off to the north. And you're going to change over, I think, all the way up to the Poconos. Especially the lower elevations. You'll change over to rain. So we places like Wilkes-Barre all the way back here into the over by Northumberland County, Montour County, Columbia County, All right, they're going to change over there. Sleet is going to be occurring at the higher elevations for a while overnight tonight. But I do think this is going to eventually change over to snow before it ends on Friday morning or early afternoon, and that's going to be out of here. That's it. That's all we have for the system. We have this is what the European model had for snow totals, which is very, very close. This came out. This is the 18Z run. We released our map at about 11 o'clock on the forum today. Was produced at 11 o'clock on the forum. This was released about 7 p.m. after, 8 hours after, and it really matches what we have here in our snow map, which is, I have this somewhere. Hold on. It is right there. That's our snow map. So all these areas down here in area B is primarily freezing rain, some sleet changing to rain. Area A is rain from start to finish. Area C, this pink color here in the middle, this is a coating to an inch, and you're going to have a mixed bag of sleet, maybe some snow for a short period of time, and then going over to rain there. Area D is might hold on to that a little bit longer, so you get 1 to 3 inches out of that, and that goes all the way through the northern parts of Dauphin County out here where Harrisburg is, just north of there. Northern Lebanon County, parts of Schuylkill and northern Berks counties, northern Lehigh, northern Northampton, and then maybe the southern fringe is just below the Blue Mountains right here, right? So just below that, we're expecting 1 to 3 inches. Once you get above there, then we're talking about a 3 to 6 inch range here in the E, and F up here is 6 to 10 inches. You still might mix with sleet overnight, though. There, change over to rain, I don't think, in those higher elevations. And that's what this is doing. This is following higher elevations for those highest totals, which is the same thing the European model is doing here. Okay, so we have that line here. It's lining up pretty well with what we have. So I'm very confident that we're going to have these kind of totals, but you're going to have a mix of stuff here. I almost said that C word again that people went with yesterday. We're going to have a mixed bag of precipitation that we're dealing with that's going to add up to all this. And keep in mind that any sleet you get counts as snow. They both accumulate. So you might not have a whole bunch of snow, but you might have primarily sleet before it goes to rain. And you're like, well, I only got a ½ inch, but it was just sleet. Well, that counts, right? That counts for the totals because they both accumulate. Any freezing rain would be an accrual because that is a different process altogether. That's what sticks to the falls as rain and then freezes on contact, and then you have an icy mess on your cars, on the trees, on the power lines. That causes power outages. So there are two different processes. So any sleet you get are going to be counted with any snow totals you get today. So that's it for this system, and that's going to be out of here again by late morning or early afternoon on Friday, and that's it. And then once we get beyond this system, we are going to be mostly sunny here on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Temperatures getting back into the 30s and getting colder again. And we are going to have a stretch of dry weather here going all the way through the middle of next week. The end of our forecast window, 7-day forecast window right now is Wednesday. I will tell you that once we get to the end of next week, Thursday, Friday, it's a long-range signal of ours that we've had we had it for 2 straight weeks. This will be the 3rd week. But it looks like this is still holding. I still like that 22nd, 23rd time frame to produce something snowy across the region. Not just, a little bit either. It has potential to do a lot, but we'll see. We'll see how that evolves. It might just be a little bit. We'll see. But there's still a storm signal there, and it's still there. Some of the models are going nuts with it. I'd say just pump the brakes for now until we get to next week and see what we're dealing with at that point. But right now, there is a chance for a storm that could produce mostly snow for most of the region. Not one of these deals where it's just the interior and there's a wintry mess to deal with. I think it's going to be primarily snow and a little bit further southeast than we have right now. So maybe the big cities in the I-95 corridor might be able to get in on some of this as well. So we'll see. We have a lot of time to look at that. We're talking about something that is... today's Thursday. We're talking about a week from now, 7 to 8 days from now. So we got a lot of time to look at it, and I don't want to show it because there's no point. All right, but they're going to change a lot over the next several days. We'll really jump into that next week, like we did with this system early next week. Okay, I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for December 15th, 2022. Have a great Thursday.